Welcome back to Rashad's Hip Hop Timeline installment number 6. Marketing the Message by DJ Knowledge talks about early labels and modern record labels that push the envelope as far as the culture and hip hop music. You had early labels like Sugar Hill Records, founded by Sylvia Robinson, Joy Records, which was founded by Bobby Robinson. Then there was Sal Abbatizello, who founded Fever Records. Another label that was innovative was Tommy Boy Records. It was discovered by Tommy Silverman in 1981. Tommy met Africa Bambaataa and released Planet Rock in 1982. It became one of the first gold-selling hip-hop songs. Tommy Boy also had some success with the Force MDs and Stetsasonic during the mid to late 80s. They would go into the 90s with Queen Latifah, De La Soul, and Digital Underground. Another record label pushing new hip-hop records, founded in 1981 by Corey Robbins and Steve Plotnitzky, was Profile Records. The label's first successful record was by Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Genius Rap. Russell Simmons plays Priority, a demo of This Like That by Run DMC in 1983. It sells 250,000 copies. The self-titled album debuted in 1984 and went gold. The second album, entitled King of Rock, was released in 1985 and went platinum. Then, in 1986, Raising Hell was released and went double, then triple platinum. Profile Records continued to rack up impressive sales, with Rob Bass selling 1.5 million records, with the second LP shipping gold and special ed with gold sales. Jive Records was a British record label founded in the early 80s. One of the earliest groups signed was Brooklyn's Houdini. In 1982, they released the single Magic Wand, which was written for New York radio personality Mr. Magic. It was produced by Thomas Dolby. They also had MC Jazzy Jeff for the funky 4+1. Jive, once distributed by Arista Records, scrapped that deal for one with RCA. They then expanded, with the president of marketing and operations, Barry Weiss, increasing involvement in rap. They would pick up independent labels like Pop Art, Rooftop Records, and Schoolie D. Also, Rap A&R Sean Karasoff worked closely with artist development. He was heavily involved with Boogie Down Productions' second and third albums, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and A Tribe Called Quest. The most influential label of these was Def Jam. Russell Simmons heard Rick Rubin's production for the single It's Yours by Tila Rock and Jazzy J in 1984. They then started and ran Def Jam Records in Rick Rubin's NYU dorm. LL Cool J followed behind the success with his debut, Radio, in 1985. Then the Beastie Boys in 1986 with License to Ill. This album crossed over to Middle America while shattering every sales record and chart record in the rap industry. This was followed by Public Enemy in 87, Slick Rick in 1988, and added Third Base in 1989. Another label that was founded in the mid-80s that catered to hip-hop was Next Plateau Records. It was founded by Eddie O'Loughlin, who at one time had ELO Cool J and Dougie Fresh. He let them both go because he felt he couldn't make it, nor could he compete in the market of rap music. He changed his mind though once he heard Mr. Magic's Rap Attack radio show. He then signed Master OC and Crazy Eddie, who made the label's first hit, Masters of the Scratch. The label then started to concentrate on female rappers like Sparky D, Blossom, and Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper's first album, Cool, Hot and Vicious, sold 1.5 million copies. Other labels founded in the 80s were Sleeping Bag Records with Mantronix, Tila Rock, Just Ice EPMD, and Nice and Smooth. Also, Tough City Records with Davey D, who recorded One for the Treble, Mark the 45 King, who helped develop Queen Latifah. Chill Rob G, also developing Rakim Shabazz, and others as part of the Flavor Unit. Lastly, wrapping up the mid-80s was Select Records. Their first big hit record was Roxanne by UTFO. Their record had a bunch of answer-back records due to the popularity. They then found success with Kid and Play with their singles, Do This My Way and Last Night. Also, they signed Chubb Rock and released his debut. And the winner is showcasing more range musically and intellectually. Cold Chillin' Records debuted in 1986, and around this time, with new sampling technology, James Brown and Sly Stone music was getting sampled. Biz Marquis' Make the Music With Your Mouth EP was the label's first release, but it was built off the success of Marley Marl and Roxanne Shanti's Roxanne's Revenge. You then had The Bridge by MC Shan, And with that, brought along the Juice Crew, featuring the likes of Cool G Rap and DJ Polo, Big Daddy Kane, and Master Ace. And then you had Delicious Vinyl out of LA, responsible for Tone Loc, who recorded Wild Thang, and Young MC, whose single was Bust a Move. Priority Records out in LA, and their affiliation with Ruthless Records out of Compton guided both Eazy-E and NWA to platinum albums. Luke Skywalker Records, a Florida-based label with Luther Campbell of the 2 Live Crew as president, defining the Miami sound. Wrapping it up, you have Seattle Nasty Mix with Sir Mix-a-Lot, and Chicago's DJ International Records, which has developed successful hip-house artists up until the close of the 80s. Besides Polygram, Mercury Records, and Curtis Blow, major labels weren't as involved with rap. Around the end of the decade, you saw Jive with RCA, Def Jam with CBS, First Priority with Atlantic, Uptown with MCA, and Cold Chillin' and Tommy Boy with Warner Brothers. Some of the final points in the article were the fact that the independent labels lasted as long as they did, and the majors that were attracted to them shows that they can keep the integrity of the product and evolve. One thing that hip-hop wants to avoid is settling for something commercially accessible for the sake of sacrificing the quality. It could cause a genre to suffer the same fate as disco. In the 70s, in the article that mentioned that some fake record artists had already been released on major labels, it makes you wonder who they were referring to. In a side panel article, Harry Allen wrote, "What becomes a legend most?" Harry Allen makes comparisons and contrasts in this article about how people in the 70s heralded punk rock as the new genre or wave. While punk was really a derivative of the blues, it was really hip-hop rap that was the new genre and the new wave of the 70s. Rap was the actual music being created and refined throughout the decade. Punk would eventually die out, leaving many critics and fans reminiscing, while hip-hop would set out to debut more classic albums and artists in the 80s. Thanks for tuning in for Rashad's Hip Hop Timeline installment video number 6. Be on the lookout for the next installment, as well as Rashad's wrestling stories and Rashad's Detroit memories.